Good morning, everybody. Welcome to episode 2 of our Great Northern Adventure. In the last episode, you came with me as I traveled from Aspen, Colorado, all the way up to Flaming Gorge, Utah, on my way to the Canadian border. And today we're going even farther. Now, I didn't plan this trip until late summer, and winter was coming, and I was going really far up into Canada. So it occurred to me to just drive as fast as I could to the border. But I decided instead I wanted to really take my time along the way and see everything that I could. So today I'm going to take you with me as I boondock with wild horses, stay at the cozy campground, go through Grand Teton, take a float trip, visit Coulter Bay, drive through Yellowstone, do some boondocking in Big Sky, camp in Moose Creek, and do Gates of the Mountains, all before we even get to Glacier. I've had this on my own personal travel map for about 5 or 6 years, since my friend Carol camped there and sent me pictures. I have been trying to get there ever since, and this year I decided to take a side route just to check it out. This is a massive campground with giant camp spaces that all go around Soda Lake, and the wild horses are taken care of by the Game and Fish Division. They have food there, and then they walk down to the lake to get water. I spent about 5 days there, and it was absolutely amazing, but I had to head farther north to get through Grand Teton and meet my friend Kim in Montana. My next stop was Grand Teton National Park. On the way, I stayed at a national forest campground for the night, and then I got to the Gross Winter campground early in the morning to score a first come, first serve spot. Now, if you camp at any of the national parks, you know that reservations are made many, many months in advance, but they do have a first come, first serve spot every once in a while. Now that I'm in the van, I find it easier to score one. So the first night I was there, I was able to stay at that campground, but I was having major power problems by this point. I had to leave the campground to sit in a scenic overlook where I could get sun and run my engine just to have enough power to run my Starlink in my computer to get my work done. Now that really started to bum me out. So I decided to take a day and do something that was going to make me happy. And when I looked around at all the different things I could do, I decided to take a Grand Teton float trip. Whitewater rafting has never appealed to me, but this is something completely different. This is a float trip where a guide takes you slowly down the Snake River, and you can see all of the mountains and all of the wildlife in Grand Teton. This is a great way to see a national park from a different perspective, and I loved it so much that I just kept doing excursions like this all the way up into Canada and back down. While I was on the float trip, I noticed that the boat launch area was perfect for stealth camping because you have to go down a really quiet dirt road that's covered by trees and can't be seen from the road above. So I spent the day at the Snake River overlook until sunset came, got my van ready for stealth camping, and then right at sunset, I went down while it was still light, found my spot, put up my blinds, and I had no problems at all. On my way through the park, I stopped at Coulter Bay Village, and if you go to Grand Teton National Park, just know that this is the only place in the park where you can do laundry, go to a grocery store, take a shower, and get gas. Coulter Bay is known for this beautiful marina that's there and the Coulter Bay campground. But it's also a great place to chill out, get some stuff done, and hang out by the marina. The next thing I did was drive through Yellowstone on my way to Big Sky, Montana. Now, I didn't plan to stop, and I'm glad I didn't because it was absolutely packed. I tried to just pull over a couple of times to see some stuff. There was not a spot even for me in the van, and I've seen Yellowstone a few times before, but it is not one of my favorite places to go in the height of summer. It is just too crowded. After that, I drove up to Big Sky, Montana, and did some boondocking that I found using AI, and then I met my friend Kim at the Moose Creek campground, and this was a total gem. This campground is right on a river, and there were tons of spots that were first come, first serve available, and once we were there, we set up our chairs and just hung out on the river. Ultimately, we were going to Glacier, but we were driving right by Gates of the Mountains, and so we took a quick side trip. Gates of the Mountains is a spectacular canyon that's surrounded by these towering limestone cliffs, and it was named by Meriwether Lewis in 1805 during the Lewis and Clark expedition. Really, the only way to see it is with a boat tour. There are campgrounds there, but they are boat in only. There is no camping at Gates of the Mountains. But we took the boat tour and absolutely loved it. Then we drove to Cut Bank, Montana, where we stayed on an Indian reservation campground, which we used as our base to see Glacier National Park. And I'll show you that in episode 3. See you guys next time.